Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and make this video. I said I would do it. This is Virgo season and the rest of the year. Changes coming, world changes, economy changes. I've been kind of avoiding this video, honestly, because there's so much coming through and there's so many very fast changes that are going to come in for all of us in the global collective, not just those in a spiritual collective. Okay. And United States is going to be impacted very, very strongly. And while I want to give the information that I was given, I do not want to be on this video sounding like Chicken Little saying that the sky is falling. Because although there is a lot of sudden and rapid changes that are going to take place, it's not all bad changes, okay? But we are changing ages. We're ending one age and beginning a new age. And part of that change of entering into a new age means accepting that things that have been done a certain way for a long time are clearing out, are ending, are shifting, are transforming. And so this is a video of here's how you can help yourself with the upcoming changes, okay? With everything that is moving forward, with everything that we are moving into. I'm actually going to title this video, I might title it a little bit differently, but it's really going to be for the next 6 months. And 6 months from now is we are entering into September. I am filming this on, what is it? Today is the 27th of August. So this is going to be through the end of February. So it's going to be kind of like what to expect for the next 6 months on this Earth School. This fun place that we all call Earth. All right. And I'm just getting a couple cards together to demonstrate the energy, but I also have a lot of downloads that were coming through too. So there's a lot, not gonna lie. If you are kind of in a space right now where you feel worried about the earth, worried about the changes that are going to be taking place, I would recommend not watching this video until you feel more sort of secure or less fearful. Because again, it's very important right now to not feed into fear and not think of all the changes as that they're all going to be bad things. There's a lot of good that can come. There's a lot of good that will come from certain things ending. And there's also, this is also kind of what we all signed up for, in the sense of we are all meant to be part of the change, part of the shift into that new age, the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment, the age of self-actualization. And so remember, Aquarius is the star. And so again, the star can bring in beautiful blessings. This is my always miracle card, my divine intervention card. There is going to be a lot of divine intervention and there is a ton of divine support. But between now and the next 6 months, we are probably going to experience some of the most significant changes that we have experienced in the world in our lifetimes. And I'm 41, so this would be in my lifetime. My parents are in their 70s, so it may not be in their lifetime or their parents' lifetimes, but it's definitely in my lifetime, okay? And the last, like, we could say 50 to 60 years of the world, we are going to experience significant sudden changes in the next 6 months, okay? So the first biggest change, that's why I want to talk about it, is the economy. As you know, things are shifting and changing. And in the economy that we currently have, the United States dollar has been a mainstay in the economy and global economies, and that is changing. It is changing because of BRICS, BRICS. What that stands for is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Now, I know there is different consensus as to how BRICS is going to impact the dollar. Do your own research. You are doing your own research. You are a sovereign being. You have a mind of your own. Do your own research. But why BRICS is going to change the dollar is it's going to change how we in the United States do business with the rest of the world. And that's the biggest change that we're going to see. This past week, I believe it was on the 22nd, may have been the 23rd, there was a BRICS summit. And at that summit, there were other countries who have applied and now will enter into BRICS, but that doesn't start until January 24. Those countries are Saudi Arabia, UAE, which is United Arab Emirates, which is Dubai. You have Iran, you have Ethiopia, you have Argentina, and you have Egypt. Why this is important and why it's going to impact the economy. And it's going to impact the economy over the next 6 months and beyond. One of our biggest oil suppliers right now in the United States is Saudi Arabia, okay? And for many years, I believe it was during the little history, okay? During the Reagan administration, Ronald Reagan did a deal with whoever the powers that be in the government in Saudi Arabia, that they would sell their oil to us for petrodollars. And that is their major export to us, but it's also been a mainstay and a reason why we've had so much dominance in the world, because a lot of our oil supply has come from Saudi Arabia. The BRICS deal changes that, where the oil is going to not come from them, because they're no longer going to accept the petrodollars, and they will be exclusively giving oil to the countries that are part of BRICS. How do I want to say this? So when you are currently in your life, especially those in the United States, the major thing that you're going to see is a change in the oil prices. The United States dollar has a ton of debt, and it's not really backed by anything. It used to be backed by gold. It's no longer backed by gold. It's no longer, it's really just debt. It's debt that we owe to China. It's debt that we owe to Japan. It's debt that we owe to other countries. And so the fact that Saudi Arabia is now going to be part of BRICS, and we are not going to be able to get oil from them. Now there is oil in the United States, but it's not enough of a supply to supply our current dependency on oil. And so there's going to be a lot of transportation changes because the cost is going to be much higher than it's been. Also, because of all the debt that we owe to countries like China, there's going to be a lot of changes in money and how we use money, how we get exported goods. All of that is going to completely change. If you think of a lot of clothing, a lot of the supplies that we get, it all says made in China. Very few things in the United States are produced domestically. And so, because of that, you're going to have less supply, more demand, and the prices are going to be much more inflated than they have ever been. Again, I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but facts are facts. We're already seeing inflation. We've all seen it since 2020. You're going to continue to see it because the only way the dollar can make money is through taxes and fees. And so what is naturally going to go up is the taxes and fees that we pay. The other thing is that if you're thinking about United States, it's a country on the global stage. One of the other things that we export or sort of make money off of is the entertainment industry. We currently have an actor strike and a writer strike. So people are not filming movies. There are still a couple in production, but movies and TV shows that make a lot of money to bring into the economy are not really happening right now. And so when you take the change in the global economy, because there's all these countries coming together saying, we're going to have our own money and monetary system, and we're no longer going to use the dollar, and we're no longer going to accept the dollar. You have the actors and writers strike. You have major retailers here in the United States already filing for bankruptcy. What's the Bed Bath & Beyond? I used to love that store. It's going to get rid of all of their stores. A bunch of other retailers are going away. They're never going to be seen again. They're done. Because everything went online. Everything went to Amazon and things like that. And again, I'm not saying any of this to say you shouldn't use Amazon, to say you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. This is informational, this is educational, this is entertainment purposes only. So you do your own research. Again, you are a sovereign being. You have a mind of your own. You have to do your own research and do what's best for you. But the way it was shown to me of how everything is connected and impacting each other is that when all these little things that seem unrelated, disasters, fires, earthquakes, hurricanes, storms, writers and actors strike, BRICS doing their thing, the situation in Russia and Ukraine right now, all these things that seem unrelated are all part of the larger picture of what is going to take place and all the things that are sort of going to be changing and ending. And because of that, it's just really, really important right now for you to understand that the world we live in, and this is one of the major messages that I got when I did the 2023 prediction video. The world that we woke up in the beginning of 23 is not going to be the world that we wake up in the end of 2023 and the beginning of 24. That was a clear as day message. And you're going to start to see those major changes take place in September. Okay. September is a pivotal month. November is a pivotal month. January is a pivotal month. Could be towards the end of October too, where it's like that time towards the end of October to the end of November is pivotal. And then January is really pivotal. But these are the months that you're going to see the biggest change. The other thing too, that's a part of the whole web of everything that's going on right now is the AI. I take no position. Take no position, all right? It's like, it's a part of our world. It's been a part of our world for a while now. When you have personalized ads, that was an algorithm. When you use social media and the things that you see in your feed, that's an algorithm. That's AI. It's not all AI like they want you to believe. There are people that still work and still push certain videos and certain content and suppress others, okay? But there is a lot of AI in programming. Kay recently did a great video about AI on her channel. Highly recommend it. Because, again, the shift from when people are going to be too expensive to do the work, the dollar is not going to be worth what it is currently. And right now, it's not worth what it used to be even a couple of years ago. You're going to have more AI and less people. You're already seeing this. I saw a funny meme the other day where it was actually a comedy special, a stand-up, where the comedian was like, you know, I hate these self-checkout machines where you have the people at the store staring at you looking like you're going to steal something, but then the machine doesn't work and you need their help and it takes forever. And he's like, it's much longer. And he's like, I don't ever want to do self-checkout again. I can't figure it out. Like, it was a pretty funny stand-up skit that he did. He did it much funnier than I am because I am not a comedian. But he's right. We're already seeing this. Okay. There's going to be more of that. There's going to be less people doing those types of customer service type jobs. You're already seeing it when you call certain businesses. You have the automated system that can help you. Oftentimes it can't help you because you might have a specific problem that needs a specific answer that is not part of the frequently asked questions or the frequently common problems that are in and programmed in that automated system. So just be aware of this. The other thing that's going to be changing too with the economy is a push towards digital currency and less dollars, because if you have AI and everything is machines, then you need it all digital. Go look up FedNow, go look up all the changes that they just took place this summer with digital currency. Do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a physician. I am not a therapist. But there's a lot happening right now that is very important to the changes that are going to be taking place for the entire world. And again, September is a pivotal month. Late October to mid to late November is a pivotal time. And January 24 is going to be a pivotal time. Things are not necessarily going to get easier, but you are always equipped with what you need. Always. Okay. The other thing that Spirit wanted me to bring through really strongly is during this time as well, with the economy changes, with AI, changes in currency, it's really important to, if you have a skill, if you have a tangibles, and what I say by tangibles is things that have actual value, like metals, jewelry, gemstones. You want to hold on to these things right now during this time. I know a lot of people are selling these things right now, but this is actually the time to hold on to those things. For those who have skills where you can start to trade, as long as you, because you got to check the laws, because certain things, like you can't do certain work without permits or contracts and all that stuff, but check the laws in your area. And if you can start bartering with, skills and trade, this is the time to start doing that. This is also a time because, again, the job market's going to change when the economy changes. People who are going to make a lot of money are people on platforms for whatever they're talking about, whether it's spiritual content, whether it's gardening, whether it's DIY. People are going to be seen and their knowledge is going to be powerful and useful for others. And so if you've been feeling the calling to step it up, this is the time to do it. It's almost like what's going to happen is spiritually, more people are going to step into their purpose with everything that's taking place. Some of you have been in hermit mode for way too long. And yes, there's a time for planning and preparation. Continue to plan and prepare. But if you feel called to do or take action right now, that is the calling. So answer the call. Okay. The other thing that is also going to happen during this energy is there's going to be more twin flame unions. Just the fated coming together when two people need to come together for a soul purpose. So beyond the relationship, and that's why I don't have the Lovers card, because beyond the relationship, and this is going to be triggering for some, but this has always been my guidance about twin flame. It is also about purpose. It is about your spiritual purpose in this world. And so beyond the romantic relationship of a twin flame, there's going to be a lot of twin flame unions that come together for a joint soul purpose. So it's more like a spiritual flame, okay? You're going to see that happening over the next 6 months really, really strongly, especially by the end of February. You're going to have more conscious communities, more people getting together, sharing their light, sharing their ideas, sharing their resources as well, which is a good thing because the age of Aquarius is the humanitarian, the age of the humanitarian, and really just supporting one another, helping each other out. You're also going to have changes though when the economy changes. There's going to be changes in food. And part of what they were telling me, when I say they, I mean my guides, is that I want to say this in a way where I have to be careful, but with the changes in food, there will be more foodborne pathogens and illnesses that make people ill, very sick, or even cause an early mortality rate or a large mortality rate for some of the population. And so part of the ascension is really, you need your body to ascend. If you're in a physical body, you really do need your body to ascend. And so for those who are dealing with any kind of health issues, for those who are dealing with any kind of dietary issues at this time, the next 6 months, it's going to be very, very important to focus on your body, focus on cleansing, whatever cleanses you feel guided to do. For me personally, they were guiding me for the parasite cleanse that I did. I'm going to do another one for a longer period of time. And I'm getting ready to start a heavy metal cleanse. This is my guidance. You've got to listen to your guidance. Obviously, if you are on medication right now, or if you are pregnant or nursing, you always want to check with a physician, your doctor, your primary care doctor, or a doctor that you trust before you do anything to your body, because you want to protect you and you want to protect your baby and you want to protect yourself. But cleansing the body to clear it of toxins, very important during this time. Lymphatic drainage, very important during this time. Any sort of vagus nerve stimulation exercises, very important at this time. There's vagus nerve exercises all over YouTube, free videos, meditations, all kinds of stuff, because nervous system regulation is going to be key component into helping the body to integrate all the spiritual energy that is coming in, which we're going to be continually bombarded with between the next 6 months and beyond. And so this is a time to, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're having trouble with diet, again, if you're having any issues with illness of any kind, really work on regulating your nervous system, removing toxins and heavy metals from your diet, doing some type of cleanse, candida cleanse, parasite cleanse, working on lymphatic drainage, and making sure your vagus nerve is stimulated. This is going to really, really assist your body in the ascension process. The other things that you can do for nervous system regulation are light exercise like walking and swimming, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, chanting, breath work, getting massages, being out in nature, Reiki or other energy healing modalities. Again, you want to focus on light exercise, things that bring you into calmness and peace and rest and restoration, meditation, mindfulness, whatever you can do to unplug from the mass consciousness, unplug from the mass energy, and just really kind of be your own center, be in your own strength, be in your own energy. Very, very important right now. Some of the things that I was guided to share. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I am not a licensed physician. I am not your healthcare professional. So you really, before you start taking any of these supplements or herbs, really want to speak to your healthcare professionals to see if any of these things could counteract anything that you're currently on, if you're on any medications. Because although it is good to take certain vitamins and supplements, other vitamins and supplements or the combination of certain things can be very toxic to the system and can be very harmful to you and your body, okay? Okay, so I'm going to just get started. Ginkgo biloba, magnesium, activated charcoal, vitamin D complex, or vitamin B complex, vitamin D with K2, vitamin C, golden seal, any sort of antimicrobial. So golden seal, neem, cinnamon, clove, garlic, dandelion, eucalyptus, echinacea, oregano oil, rosemary oil, sage oil, coriander, lemongrass, grapefruit seed extract, papayas, turmeric, lavender, lemons, anything like that. Just starting to add these things into your diet. Doesn't mean you have to take them all every day, just starting to add them into your diet. Again, because one of the main messages I got was the changes, the economy changes are going to bring in changes to food handling and changes to food processing, which can potentially bring in more foodborne pathogens and illnesses. So you're going to have to be very, very careful of what you eat. even washing vegetables, even washing fruits, even things like that, you're still going to have to be careful. You want to do things and you want to take things, ingest things internally that are good for your immune system. So zinc, if you can take zinc, cayenne pepper, different things that help to kill bacteria and viruses. Because the thing about viruses is that they're already living in your system. It's just sometimes there's an overabundance of a specific virus in your system, and that's what makes you sick. And so this is just a time to really watch your health, pay attention to your body. Again, entertainment, informational purposes only. I am not a physician. I am not your medical professional. And you really do have to listen to your own guidance, your own intuition, and make the choices that are best for yourself. But if you're really feeling guided to make changes in your diet or an exercise routine, this is the time to listen. It's just the time to listen to that. Some of the other things, I know this is a very long video. I've been talking for about 30 minutes, so I'm going to finish up in the next 10 minutes, and then I will do cards and then get off. Some of the other things too, over the next 6 months that you can, I don't want to say expect, it's more potentials. There is going to be more, as the light grows, there's also an expansion of dark. And so you could see more dark occult practices, more darkness coming to the surface in a way that might be very shocking for some. Also, some dark things that have been hidden in society are going to come to light during this time too, because there is this energy throughout the entire rest of the year while Saturn is with Pisces, until that retrograde goes back direct. And I believe it's either November or December when it goes direct. But part of the energy of that is the darkness coming into the light, things being seen, karmic justice, karmic retribution. And I've been talking about this all year, but you're going to see it more for people on the global stage, for people in positions of power. We are closing out that Capricorn and Pluto cycle, but it's not like an easy closure of the energy. There's, again, a lot of shifts and changes that are coming in. Also, the weather. There is going to be more weather events. And I'm going to say it that way because not everything that's taking place is natural, but nonetheless, it's still going to have an impact. And that's one of the things that's going to be an impact for the economy as well, is that there's going to be people who need more help and more resources because of disasters. And I think when I did the yearly prediction video, I talked about us being stretched. And that's what we're coming into. That's basically what this whole video is us coming into that point of being really, really stretched. Being really stretched then. Emotionally, we're going to be stretched then, so there could be more triggers because there's a lot more energy that we're all becoming more sensitive to. Our BS tolerance is becoming a 0, which is a good thing, but in a world full of BS, it can be easily triggering for the energy right now. Finances are going to get stretched. Energy is going to get stretched. And so that's why you want to counterbalance as best as possible with really taking care of your body, really regulating your nervous system, and really just supporting your highest health. Thing you have to understand is that even in a collective timeline, the timeline keeps changing, which is very interesting. Because usually when we hit a collective timeline, it like facilitates. But how I'm reading the energy this year is like, we'll hit a collective timeline, and then like a week or two later, the timeline shifts, and then like a week or two later, the time. So there is so much fluctuating energy. I'll say it. I've said it once before. I'll say it again. Keep moving forward. Stay focused on your dreams and goals. Stay balanced and centered within yourself. Really focus on what you want to continue to move yourself forward, because there is so much energy that is supporting you and supporting your liftoff. It's supporting your highest expansion. It's supporting your highest growth. It's supporting your highest timeline. And remember, even when a collective economy is not good, there are still people who are rich during that time, still people who make a ton of money and have a lot of wealth during that time. And so you are connected to the collective, but you are a sovereign being and you always have a choice. And so if you can just remember that God is your source, you come from God and God is your source, you will be just fine. You will be okay. You will weather any storms that come. You will deal with any changes or challenges that come during this time. All right. I've talked long enough. I think I brought through most of what I wanted to bring through. If I need to do a part 2, I'll be guided to do one. Right. Oh, I love it. See, there's so much star energy. There's so much energy around hope, wish fulfillment. It's divine intervention. The divine is intervening. It knows what we all need. It knows that some of us are in battle fatigue. It understands the stressors that we are going through. And if you can just have hope and faith at this time and really trust in the divine, you are fully loved and fully supported. All right. Even with the darker energies, even with the heavier energies. Stay in this higher space of higher wisdom. Don't let your energy, your vibration dip into fear or uncertainty or addictions to cope with all the changes. There is a lot of unknowns at this time. There are a lot of things that are veiled purposefully from us. There's also a lot of energy that is heavier, that is darker. And so just focus on the light. Focus on the light and you will be just fine. Focus on the light. Focus on your higher wisdom. Focus on your higher self. You have the keys to the kingdom. Focus on that and you'll be just fine. Knight of Cups. The Emperor. A lot of masculine energy coming out. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's this energy of illness and poverty. But scarcity is a mindset. And so even if you go through losses and changes and you feel defeated, know that you can shift that mindset at any time and step and reclaim your power with the Emperor energy, reclaim your power and step back into abundance. How is the Knight of Cups fitting into this? There are offers. For some, again, this could be divine masculine energy coming through, divine counterpart energy coming through, love coming in. But understand it's love for a higher purpose, not just love for a romantic relationship. Okay? It's love for a higher cause, love for a higher purpose. If it does come in at this time, that's why it's coming in. Knight of Rods. quick moving energy, very hasty energy. Queen of Swords, be assertive, stand in your power. Final message, Spirit. Queen of Cups, a lot of court cards. Hold on to your heart. Be compassionate and gentle towards yourself and others. This too shall pass, even though there are changes and there are great transformations. You're learning, you're growing. Keep learning, keep growing. Keep working on yourself. Keep doing the inner work, because it will set you up for your highest timeline, your fate, and your destiny. All right? So that feels like a good, positive ending for all the energies that are kind of coming forth. This is a time too with money and finances. I've been saying this for a while. If you feel the need to get extra supplies, get extra supplies. If you feel like you can make any kind of really budget, really slim down what's unnecessary for you to buy or focus on right now or spend on right now, that is important as well. Bide your time, bide your resources. Stay balanced. Very important right now. All right, final messages. We're going to use the energy oracle cards. Higher self, Holy Spirit, God's guardians and angels of unconditional love. Final messages. Let go of envy. Envy is an energy of lack. And when you're looking outside instead of looking within, and you're comparing yourself to others, you're always going to be disappointed, because there's always going to be somebody who has more. So this is a time to really, instead of being envious, just learn to be grateful for the things that you do have. Okay? Broken heart energy. A lot of healing is taking place, but it's funny that that's coming up, because I was getting this analogy before I started the video of how this process is going to be like a mass healing for everyone. But for all of us who've gone through healing or are going through healing now, you know how painful healing is, because healing forces you to face all the stuff. Okay? Forces you to feel the pain. It forces you to look at everything. No stone gets left unturned. And so this is kind of what the collective is going through. The massive change is bringing in massive healing. It's also going to be a time of mass awakenings, but it's painful and it's difficult and it's challenging and it's not going to be easy, but trust, balance. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear the background. Sorry. I apologize. Just trust, balance, and know that if you balance the yin and the yang energies, if you balance your masculine and feminine qualities, if you balance and integrate in your shadow and balance that with your light, you are going to be fully supported for everything that's going to come, because you're coming and operating from a space of wholeness. And that's why the twins that are coming together now are going to come together in the next 6 months, because you've got two people who've come into their wholeness, and then they're going to come together and do work to help in the world. And so that is the purpose of them coming together now. Any final messages, Spirit? It's not the easiest time though. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, crown chakra, pay attention to the downloads. This is also accessing your Akashic records, accessing who you are at a soul level, the highest level of yourself, really connecting with your higher self. A lot of you are in that merge right now. If you stay strong, if you stay balanced, If you continue to focus on your wholeness, do your healing work, let go of envy, lack, and scarcity, and really just focus on what you are grateful for every moment of every day. Connect to your higher self and allow your higher self to lead and guide you. And be strengthened by your spiritual practices and your spiritual discipline during this time. You will be victorious. And no matter what changes take place for the global collective, your life and your victory and your happiness will be assured. Okay? So that is the best way to end this reading. Just know you got this. And we're in the midst of great change. But it's changes that need to take place in this world. There's things that need to be seen so that they can be changed. And that's the thing with healing, is you got to feel it to heal it. And so we're all going to be feeling it. But do your part to just heal yourself and work on yourself, and know that you doing that really does serve the whole. I'm sending you my love and my strength and my support. Take care.